Have you ever opened an old closet and just wondered? For over 70 years, one book has given us the ultimate answer to what if. C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe created one of the most incredible fantasy worlds ever. So, you ready? Let's step inside. And this is where it all begins. 4 kids, a magical piece of furniture, and an entire kingdom frozen in time, just waiting for heroes. I mean, come on, that's really all you need to know. You're in for an epic adventure. It's a hook that has absolutely worked its magic for generations. And what a legacy. C.S. Lewis gave us this masterpiece way back in 1950, and it basically became the cornerstone of the Chronicles of Narnia. We are talking about a true classic here, a story that really defined fantasy for millions of people. All right, so let's get into how this whole thing kicks off. The amazing part is the adventure doesn't start in some far-off land. Nope, it starts right here, in our world, with 4 pretty ordinary kids and, well, a not-so-ordinary wardrobe. You have to picture this. The setting is World War II. The kids are shipped off from London to stay safe in the countryside. They end up in this massive, kind of weird old house owned by a professor. And it's during a simple game of hide-and-seek that everything changes, when the youngest, Lucy, stumbles into a wardrobe that is way more than just a place for coats. And here they are, our heroes, the Pevensey siblings. You've got Peter, the oldest, trying to be the responsible one. Susan is the sensible, logical one. Edmund, he's the one with a serious chip on his shoulder. And then there's Lucy, the youngest and the one who's totally open to wonder. Narnia is going to put every single one of them to the test. So Lucy pushes past all these old fur coats, expecting to hit the hard, wooden back of the wardrobe. But she doesn't. Instead, her hand touches a snowy tree branch. Suddenly, there's snow crunching under her feet, and she sees a single lamppost glowing in the middle of a forest. Just like that, she's not in the house anymore. She's in Narnia. But the Narnia she's found? It's no fairy tale paradise. Not even close. It's a land trapped under a dark spell, suffering under the tyrannical rule of the White Witch. And the witch's curse is just so chillingly specific. It's always winter, but it's never Christmas. Think about that for a second. It's 100 years of cold and snow, but with none of the joy, none of the hope that Christmas represents. It's the perfect way to describe a world that's been robbed of all its warmth. But there is a glimmer of hope. An old prophecy says that 2 sons of Adam and 2 daughters of Eve, that's humans to you and me, will one day arrive, sit on the 4 thrones at a castle called Cair Paravel, and break the witch's power for good. Suddenly, the Pevensey kids showing up doesn't seem like an accident at all. It feels a lot more like destiny. Just as this hope appears, the biggest threat comes from within their own family. Edmund, remember him, the resentful one? He meets the White Witch himself. She totally plays him, tempting him with this enchanted Turkish delight that he just can't stop eating, and she promises to make him a king. And for that, he agrees to betray his own brother and sisters. And a betrayal like that comes with a terrible price. See, Narnia is governed by this ancient law, the deep magic, and that law states that the life of every traitor belongs to the White Witch. It's not just her opinion. She has a legal claim to Edmund's life, and she is absolutely coming to collect. So Edmund is basically doomed. But when all seems lost, a power far greater than the witch finally enters the story. This is the true heart of Narnia, Aslan, and he brings a magic that runs deeper than any law written on stone. Hope in Narnia has a name, Aslan. He is the great lion, the true king. He's everything the witch isn't, powerful, wise, and deeply good. He is the only one who can truly challenge your claim. Okay, so this is the central conflict of the whole book. You've got the deep magic, which is like this rigid, unbreakable rule. A traitor's blood must be paid. But Aslan knows about a deeper magic from before the dawn of time, one based not on justice, but on self-sacrifice. It is a law of grace so powerful, it can actually make death itself work in reverse. So to satisfy the deep magic, Aslan makes the ultimate trade. He offers his own life for Edmund's. The witch, thinking she's won, kills him on the stone table. But as Lucy and Susan watch in horror, that deeper magic takes over. The table cracks in two, and Aslan is brought back to life, more glorious and powerful than ever before. Aslan's return from the dead completely shatters the witch's power. It signals the turning of the tide. The final battle for Narnia is here, and with it,
the beginning of a new golden age.
With Aslan resurrected and leading the charge, the forces of good rally. They fight this final epic battle against the witch and her army. Aslan himself defeats the witch, and with her death, the 100-year winter finally breaks, and spring returns to Narnia.
And the prophecy is fulfilled. Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy take their thrones and rule over a long and prosperous golden age. Years later, as adults, they stumble back through the wardrobe, only to find themselves as children again, with almost no time having passed at all in our world. Pretty wild, right?
So when you step back, what is this story really about? Well, it's about courage, watching these kids find their strength. It's definitely about redemption. Edmund goes from traitor to king. It's about ultimate sacrifice, what Aslan does. And at its heart, it's that timeless battle between a selfish, cold evil and a selfless, life-giving good.
You know, the story's incredible staying power comes from its depth. C.S. Lewis was a devout Christian, and he wove in a really powerful allegory. Aslan's willing sacrifice for the traitor Edmund, and then his resurrection, it's a direct parallel to the story of Christ. This layer gives the fantasy a profound weight that continues to resonate with readers of all ages.
And all that leaves us with a question, right? What is it that makes a story truly timeless? Is it the magic, the characters, the deeper meaning? Or maybe it's just all of those things, combined in a way that feels like coming home, even if it's through a wardrobe into a land you've never been to before.